Are ancient aliens real? From the enigmatic Moai statues of Easter Island to the intricate carvings of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, there are ancient structures that baffle us with their complexity. These mysterious monuments, including the sophisticated architecture of Pumapunku and the massive stones of the Baalbek Trilithon, challenge what we think we know about ancient human skills. How were these incredible structures built, and why do they still stand today? Join us as we delve into these wonders and uncover the secrets of prehistoric constructions that seem beyond human capability. Number 10. Göbekli Tepe megaliths. Scientists discovered a prehistoric structure that was impossible for man to make in the remote forests of southern Siberia. Within the area known as Göbekli Tepe lies an array of massive stone blocks that have baffled researchers and historians alike. These gigantic formations, often compared in magnitude to the famous stones of Baalbek in Lebanon, consist of several rocks that are extraordinarily large, with some estimated to weigh over 3,000 to 4,000 tons. The Göbekli Tepe megaliths are situated in a region characterized by harsh climates and rugged terrain, which makes access and detailed study challenging. The stones themselves exhibit straight edges and precise angles, suggesting a level of intentional shaping that is not typically found in natural rock formations. The precision in these cuts and the arrangement of the blocks raised significant questions about the technologies and capabilities of ancient civilizations. These megaliths first came to wider attention in the early 21st century, although they were known to local inhabitants for centuries. The recent interest has been driven partly by the size and the neatly aligned configuration of the stones, which seem to defy simple geological explanation. Unlike other megalithic sites known for either astronomical alignment or religious significance, the primary intrigue here is the sheer scale and the mechanical challenge they present. Geologists and archaeologists have proposed several theories regarding the origins of these megaliths. One perspective suggests that these could be natural formations created by intense geological forces. The area is known for its significant tectonic activity, which could theoretically result in such large blocks being formed and moved into position through natural processes. This theory aligns with observations of similar, albeit smaller, structures in other tectonically active regions of the world. However, the counterargument is the appearance of precision in the way these stones are cut and aligned. Some researchers argue that their smooth surfaces and angular dispositions do not entirely align with typical natural rock formations, which are usually more irregular and randomly oriented. This has led to speculation about human or even pre-human involvement in shaping and placing these stones, suggesting a lost civilization with advanced stoneworking technologies. Adding to the mystery is the lack of any known tools or remnants of human activity associated with the site. No significant archaeological artifacts, such as tools, have been unearthed in the vicinity, which could definitively point to human involvement. This absence makes the human hand theory difficult to prove but also hard to completely dismiss, given the organized appearance of the megaliths. The debate over the Göbekli Tepe megaliths is emblematic of broader discussions in archaeology about the capabilities of ancient cultures. It challenges our understanding of prehistoric peoples and the extent of their technological achievements. If proven to be man-made, these megaliths could signify not only a profound architectural feat but also a significant revision of human history as it is currently understood. Number 9. Göbekli Tepe, an ancient enigma. Göbekli Tepe stands as one of the most mystifying archaeological discoveries, shedding light on early human societies long before the establishment of agriculture, located in southeastern Turkey. This site features massive stone structures dating back to the 10th millennium BC, making it one of the oldest known temple complexes in the world, constructed over a period that spans roughly 1,500 years. Göbekli Tepe consists of numerous circular and oval-shaped structures. These structures are defined by large T-shaped limestone pillars, some of which tower at 18 feet high and weigh up to 10 tons each. Pillar is intricately decorated with reliefs of animals and abstract symbols, showcasing an artistic sophistication that is unexpected for such an ancient time. The layout of Göbekli Tepe suggests it served as a ceremonial or ritual site rather than a settlement. This is supported by the absence of domestic refuse typical of a residential site and the predominance of ceremonial artifacts. Each circle contains two taller central pillars surrounded by smaller ones, forming what might be considered a sacred or communal area. Intriguingly, the people who built Göbekli Tepe were pre-agricultural hunter-gatherers, not the settled farming communities traditionally associated with such monumental construction. This fact challenges the long-held notion that the development of agriculture was a prerequisite for building complex societies. Instead, Göbekli Tepe suggests that ceremonial activities may have played a significant role in organizing and motivating early complex social structures. The engineering feats involved in creating Göbekli Tepe are remarkable. The stone pillars were hewn from nearby quarries using only flint tools, as metalworking had yet to be developed. These stones were then transported, likely through a combination of rolling on logs and dragging on sleds, to the site, where they were erected in pre-dug pits and stabilized with rubble. This required sophisticated planning and coordinated human effort on a scale not previously documented for this period. The carvings on the pillars depict a variety of animals, including bulls, foxes, lions, and birds, which are interpreted as having spiritual or totemic significance. Some scholars theorize that these carvings represent constellations or astrological symbols, suggesting that early humans might have had a complex understanding of the stars, which influenced their religious practices. One of the most puzzling aspects of Göbekli Tepe is its intentional burial around 8000 BC. Layers of soil and stone deliberately covered the site, preserving the pillars in nearly pristine condition until their rediscovery. The reason for this burial remains a subject of debate, with theories ranging from a ceremonial closure of the site to a protective measure against invasions or natural disasters. Number 8. Pumapunku. Precision carved in stone. Pumapunku, a part of the ancient archaeological site of Tiwanaku near Lake Titicaca in western Bolivia, is an incredible testament to the architectural skills of its creators. This site predates the Inca civilization, dating back to roughly 600 AD, yet the complexity and precision of its stonework continue to awe modern engineers and historians alike. The stones at Pumapunku are not just massive, some of them weigh well over 100 tons. Yet what is even more astounding than their size is their precision. The stones are cut with such exactness that they interlock with each other without the need for mortar. These blocks, many of which are H-shaped, have complex interlocking joints that are cut with high precision. Archaeologists have found that the material used to build Pumapunku was andesite, a type of volcanic rock. It's important to note that andesite is an incredibly hard rock, yet the builders of Pumapunku managed to carve it with straight lines and sharp corners that suggest advanced engineering techniques. The question of how ancient people accomplished this with tools available at the time remains largely unanswered. The layout of Pumapunku is also a marvel of architectural planning. The complex is organized in a highly regular formation, suggesting advanced knowledge of geometric principles. This sophistication is seen in the uniformity and modular design of its construction, which resembles a modern engineering approach more than traditional stone stacking seen in other ancient constructions. One of the most intriguing aspects of Pumapunku is the precision with which the stones are aligned. The structures have been positioned to align with astronomical phenomena. For instance, the Gate of the Sun, another structure in the Tiwanaku site, is famous for its astronomical alignments, suggesting that Pumapunku may also have served important celestial observation purposes. Researchers believe these alignments were used in agricultural calendars, which governed the sowing and harvesting cycles essential for the survival of the Tiwanaku people. The technology to transport the massive stones to the site adds another layer of complexity to the mystery of Pumapunku. Some of the stones used at Pumapunku were quarried more than 10 kilometers away. Transporting these stones to the site, especially considering the altitude and rough terrain, is an engineering feat that even today's standards would find challenging. Moreover, the culture that built Pumapunku disappeared, leaving few records behind. The lack of written documentation makes it difficult for researchers to understand fully how and why this complex was constructed. Theories range from an astronomical observatory to a ceremonial center, yet without definitive evidence, much of Pumapunku's purpose remains speculation. In addition to its architectural and engineering achievements, Pumapunku is a site filled with cultural significance. It is part of the larger Tiwanaku site, which is considered sacred by many Andean peoples. Number 7. Baalbek Trilithon, Colossal Stones of Mystery. Nestled in the fertile Bekaa Valley of Lebanon, the ancient city of Baalbek contains some of the most massive and mystifying stone constructions ever crafted by human hands. Among these, the Baalbek Trilithon stands out for its sheer enormity and precision, elements that spark debate and awe to this day. The Trilithon refers to a row of 3 stones, part of the podium of the Jupiter Temple at Baalbek, each weighing approximately 800 tons. These stones are among the heaviest ever used in construction, with each block measuring about 64 feet in length, 14 feet in height, and 13 feet in depth. The grandiosity of these stones, paired with their meticulous placement, presents a significant puzzle to historians and engineers alike. The origin of Baalbek's name is rooted in its historical significance, derived from Baal, the Phoenician sun god, suggesting its role as a major religious site. Originally, Baalbek was known as Heliopolis during the Hellenistic period, reflecting its status as a center of worship and culture. The construction techniques behind the Trilithon have eluded definitive explanation. The stones used in the Trilithon were quarried from a nearby site approximately 1 kilometer south of the temple complex. How these stones were transported to their current location remains a subject of speculation and admiration. Traditional theories suggest the use of rollers, sledges, and possibly wooden cranes, which would have required a coordinated effort of thousands of workers under sophisticated engineering direction. Adding to the complexity, the stones fit together with such precision that not even a piece of paper can slide between the joints. This precision, achieved without the use of mortar, indicates a level of sophistication in engineering that challenges our understanding of ancient technologies. The exact methods used for carving these immense blocks from limestone quarries and then meticulously placing them remain largely theoretical. Some suggest the use of simple machines like levers and inclined planes, while others propose more complex combinations of ramps and mechanical pulleys. The strategic and religious importance of Baalbek grew under Roman rule when the construction scale and ambition reached its zenith. The Romans, renowned for their architectural prowess, expanded the site significantly, yet the foundations laid in the Trilithon era surpass even Roman standards in their monumental scale and the mystery of their construction. Archaeological excavations have provided some insights but also raised more questions about the site's construction timeline and the civilization capable of such feats. Carbon dating of organic material found at the site suggests that construction activities could date back even earlier than Roman times, pointing to a pre-Roman, possibly pre-Hellenistic civilization with advanced construction capabilities. The purpose of Baalbek, and specifically the Jupiter temple complex augmented by the Trilithon, likely transcended the practical, venturing deep into the ceremonial and astronomical. Some researchers propose that the site's layout aligns with key celestial events, suggesting an astronomical significance tied to the religious and cultural practices of the time. Number 6. Caucasus dolmens, masonry masterpieces. Nestled in the mystic mountains of the Western Caucasus, spanning across 12,000 square kilometers of Russia and Abkhazia, lie the enigmatic dolmens of the North Caucasus. These prehistoric stone structures, dating from the end of the 4th millennium to the beginning of the 2nd millennium BC, represent an architectural marvel that has baffled historians and archaeologists alike. Constructed from precisely dressed large stone blocks, the Caucasian dolmens exhibit a level of masonry skill that seems nearly impossible for the era. These stones were meticulously shaped into 90-degree angles for corners or curved for circular structures, resembling the great megaliths found across Eurasia, from the Iberian Peninsula to the far reaches of India. The dolmens, mostly rectangular and sometimes round, feature a portal in the center of the facade. These portals, primarily round but occasionally square, suggest an advanced understanding of architectural design and stone carving that challenges our understanding of prehistoric engineering. In front of these portals, they typically extend a court, possibly used for rituals, outlined by high stone walls, which enclose the sacred space. Approximately 3,000 of these megalithic monuments have been identified, but with each passing year, more are discovered, and sadly, some lost to time and neglect. The intricate carvings on these dolmens, vertical and horizontal zigzags, concentric circles, and the symbolic representations of breasts above the columns of the porthole, add to the mystery and the beauty of these ancient structures. One cannot help but wonder how these massive stones, some weighing up to 200 tons, were transported over 35 kilometers from Ribola to their final resting places in the high Caucasus terrain. The precision with which these massive stones fit together so tightly that not even a piece of paper can slide between them speaks to an advanced technology that seems beyond the reach of their time. The dolmens are linked with the ancient Clinari community and the Chalkian culture, known for their metalworking and burial mounds. Intriguingly, a genetic study in 2020 revealed connections to diverse and distant populations, including Ha groups associated with modern Tibetan people, illustrating a possible widespread migration or long-distance connections. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Nestled in a remote and rugged landscape, scientists discovered a prehistoric structure that was impossible for man to make. It is an immense, perfectly cut monolithic stone standing as a testament to mysteries of the ancient world. This colossal stone slab, dwarfing the person standing atop it, appears to defy our understanding of ancient construction methods. Measuring hundreds of tons, its sheer size and precision raise compelling questions. How was this mammoth stone carved and transported to its current location? What purpose did it serve for the people who created it? Legends abound, suggesting that advanced civilizations or even extraterrestrial beings may have been involved. The craftsmanship and scale seem far beyond the capabilities of the technology known to our ancient ancestors. This enigmatic monolith challenges us to reconsider the history and abilities of prehistoric cultures. Could it be that we are missing a crucial part of our past? Do you believe the stone is evidence of advanced ancient technology, or could there be a more down-to-earth explanation? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Number 5. Newgrange, Ireland's ancient solar monument. Nestled in the lush greenery of County Meath, Ireland, lies Newgrange, a Neolithic marvel older than both Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids. Constructed around 3200 BC, this prehistoric passage tomb is a cornerstone of the Brú na Bóinne complex, a designated World Heritage Site that also encompasses the tombs of Knowth and Dowth. Newgrange presents a grand circular mound encircled by a ring of engraved curbstones, some of which display striking megalithic art. The structure itself spans about 85 meters in width and rises 12 meters high, covering an area of 4,500 square meters. Constructed with about 200,000 tons of earth and stone, the material for Newgrange was sourced from locations as distant as the Mournes and Wicklow Mountains. At the heart of Newgrange is a stone passageway leading to a cruciform chamber, the final resting place for both burnt and unburnt human bones, hinting at its use for burial rites. The intricacies of its construction are evident in the alignment of the passage, which captures the winter solstice sunrise through a unique architectural feature known as a roof box. This design floods the inner chamber with sunlight, marking the shortest day of the year and highlighting the tomb's astronomical significance. Archaeologists believe Newgrange served a religious or ceremonial purpose, underscored by its complex artwork and architectural sophistication. The facade, predominantly made of white quartz cobblestones, and the presence of a surrounding stone circle further accentuate its ceremonial importance. The site's historical significance is deepened by its role in Irish mythology, believed to be a dwelling of deities like the Dagda and his son Angus. Mythological narratives suggest that Newgrange was not merely a monument, but a central figure in tales of sovereignty and divinity, serving as a stage where celestial and terrestrial realms merge. Archaeological studies, particularly those led by Michael J. O'Kelly from 1962 to 1975, have played a pivotal role in uncovering the secrets of Newgrange. O'Kelly's reconstruction efforts, especially the restoration of the front of the tomb to facilitate visitor access, though controversial, have helped preserve this ancient structure for future generations. Moreover, the art of Newgrange, with its intricate carvings of spirals, arcs, and geometric patterns, underscores a sophisticated understanding of design and symbolism. These engravings, primarily located on the entrance stone and curbstones, are believed to hold ritualistic significance, serving more than decorative purposes. Number 4. Easter Island Moai, Sentinels of Polynesia. Easter Island, known for its enigmatic Moai statues, presents one of the most captivating ancient mysteries. These iconic monolithic sculptures stand as silent witnesses to a once thriving Polynesian culture. Located over 2,000 miles from the nearest population center, the island houses over 900 Moai, each carved from volcanic tuff, which is compressed volcanic ash, making the feat even more remarkable due to the material's fragility. The average height of a Moai is about 13 feet, and they weigh approximately 12.5 tons. This scale and weight make their construction and transportation a subject of awe and speculation. The Moai were primarily carved at Reino Ruraku, a volcanic crater which served as a quarry. This site still houses 394 statues in varying stages of completion, giving it the appearance of a statue factory frozen in time. Distinctively, the Moai feature oversized heads, which are about 3 to 5 times the size of their truncated bodies, a design consistent with the Polynesian belief in the sanctity of the chiefly head. These statues have heavy brows, elongated noses with a distinctive fishhook-shaped curl at the nostrils, and a thin pout for lips. Their ears are elongated and oblong, and their eyes, once in place, were made of white coral with obsidian or red scoria pupils, signifying the completion of the statues for ceremonial use. The primary function of these statues was to stand on stone platforms called ahu, facing away from the ocean and towards the villages. This orientation suggests that they watched over the local communities, symbolizing authority and power, both religious and political. Most ahu are inland, which points to their role in community surveillance and protection. However, an exception exists at Anakina, where 7 Moai face out to sea, believed to help travelers find the island. Transportation of these massive statues from the quarry to their ahu remains one of the most debated topics among researchers. While early theories suggested they were dragged or rolled on logs, recent research supports the idea that the Rapanui might have used a clever method to walk the Moai. This involved tilting them side to side with ropes, an ingenious use of physics and communal effort that would have required fewer people than previously thought. This method, tested in various experiments, suggests a combination of practical ingenuity and deep cultural dedication. Pukeo, or top knots, made from red scoria, were added to some Moai, representing the hairstyles of chieftains and further emphasizing the statue's status and the mana, aka spiritual energy, believed to be held by the Moai. These pukeo were not just decorative but signified the high-ranking status of the individual the statue represented. The construction of Moai likely peaked around the years 1250 to 1500, during which the island's population was at its zenith. However, the Moai building era ended abruptly, with many statues left incomplete at Reino Raraku or abandoned en route to their intended locations. This cessation coincides with ecological changes on the island, primarily deforestation and overuse of resources, leading to social upheaval and a shift in religious practices. Number 3. Nan Madol, Pacific's ancient bastion. Nan Madol, located on the eastern shore of Pohnpei in the Federated States of Micronesia, remains one of the most baffling archaeological sites in the Pacific. Often referred to as the Venice of the Pacific, this city is a marvel of ancient engineering and mystery. It consists of approximately 92 artificial islets, linked by a network of canals spread across more than 100 acres, constructed in a lagoon. Nan Madol's islets are formed by large walls built of columnar basalt and coral fill, a resource that necessitated ingenious construction techniques given the absence of natural resources like metal for tools. Each islet served a specific purpose, from residences for nobility and temples to spaces for funeral rituals, indicating a highly organized societal structure. The origin of Nan Madol is shrouded in legend. According to local lore, the city was constructed by twin sorcerers, Alasipa and Olasopa, who came from the western Katao. They are said to have used magical powers to levitate the massive stones. Scientifically, however, the city dates back to the 1st or 2nd century AD, with the construction of the megalithic structures beginning around 1180 AD. This timeline makes it a contemporary yet distinct development in Pacific Island culture, separate from influences of other known civilizations of the time. The name Nan Madol translates to within the intervals, a nod to the canals that run through the ruins. The original name Son Nanling means reef of heaven. This site was the seat of the Sotalur dynasty, a centralized authority that united Pohnpei's estimated population of 25,000 people under one rule until about 1628. The construction of Nan Madol was an astounding feat, considering each of the massive stones had to be transported from various parts of the island and assembled into the tight configurations that remain to this day. The city served as both a political and religious center, controlling the distribution of resources and maintaining order through a complex societal hierarchy. Nan Madol's decline is believed to have begun around 1628, following the invasion by Isoklikal, a hero in local lore who overthrew the Sotalur dynasty. Following the fall of this dynasty, the city was gradually abandoned, its temples and meeting places left to the encroaching jungle and the ravages of time. One of the most compelling aspects of Nan Madol is its isolation from necessary resources. There are no fresh water sources or fertile land on the islets, meaning all essentials had to be brought in by canoe. This requirement suggests a high level of social organization and control, as regular food, water, and material transport would need to be meticulously planned and executed. Today, Nan Madol provides a fascinating glimpse into the past, with its towering walls and idyllic waterways speaking volumes of a sophisticated civilization that managed to thrive in a challenging environment. It stands as a national historical landmark and continues to attract archaeologists who study its extensive canal network and impressive architectural feats. Number 2. Sacsayhuaman, Cusco's megalithic marvel. Perched on the northern outskirts of Cusco, Peru, this massive complex soars at an altitude of 3,701 meters. Built in the 15th century under the leadership of the Sapa Inca Pachacuti and his successors, Sacsayhuaman's architectural achievements continue to pose questions about the capabilities of prehistoric civilizations. The structure is famed for its colossal dry stone walls composed of enormous boulders cut with such precision that they fit together tightly without the need for mortar. The precision is such that not even a piece of paper can slide between many of the stones. This technique not only highlights the Incas' advanced understanding of stone masonry, but also their ability to manipulate large stones to withstand the seismic activity that frequently rattles the region. The largest of these stones is estimated to weigh nearly 200 tons, and the question remains: how were these stones transported and intricately carved using the limited technology available during that period? The fortress's strategic location on a steep hill offers a commanding view of the Cusco Valley, a placement that suggests its use as a military bastion. However, the complexity and elegance of the stonework suggest that it also held a significant ceremonial role. The expansive plaza and the grandiose terraces with their zigzagging walls that mimic the teeth of a puma, combined with the site's alignment with celestial events, indicate its spiritual significance to the Inca. The construction of Sacsayhuaman is all the more remarkable considering the tools believed to be at the disposal of the Inca builders, mainly using bronze or stone tools. The Incas shaped the massive stones with such mastery that the walls have stood firm against centuries of natural disasters. Modern experiments by explorers and architects, such as those conducted by Vince Lee, have attempted to replicate the precision achieved by the Inca masons. These studies involved methods like towing large megaliths over cobblestone roads and meticulously lowering them into place on walls. Despite these efforts, achieving the exactness of Sacsayhuaman's stone joints with our current understanding and replication of ancient techniques remains elusive, further mystifying the methods of the ancient builders. Over the centuries, the site has suffered from looting and destruction, especially during the Spanish conquest when many stones were repurposed to build the colonial city of Cusco. Today, only the largest stones remain, those too cumbersome to be moved, leaving us to ponder the full grandeur of Sacsayhuaman's original state. In the modern era, Sacsayhuaman has transcended its ancient roots to become a symbol of cultural pride and continuity. It serves as the backdrop for the annual reenactment of Inti Raymi, the Inca festival of the winter solstice, drawing thousands of tourists and locals alike who come to witness the spectacular display of Inca tradition and to pay homage to the engineering prowess of their ancestors. Number 1. Teotihuacan, a Mesoamerican marvel. Teotihuacan, located in the Valley of Mexico, 40 kilometers northeast of modern Mexico City, is a testament to the architectural prowess and urban planning of ancient Mesoamerican civilizations. Recognized for its monumental pyramids, such as the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon, Teotihuacan was not built by the Mexica or Aztecs but predates them by many centuries. At its peak in the first half of the first millennium, it was the largest city in the Americas, home to more than 125,000 people, and was among the 6 largest cities globally at that time, covering an area of 8 square miles. Teotihuacan was the heart of the region, influencing far beyond its borders through trade, particularly in obsidian tools, and culturally through its architectural and artistic innovations. The city was founded around 100 BCE, with continuous construction of its major monuments until about 250 CE. However, around 550 CE, the city experienced significant destruction and was abandoned during the 7th to 8th centuries, possibly due to extreme weather events from 535 to 536. The city's layout was highly organized, centered around the Avenue of the Dead, linking the major ceremonial and administrative centers, including the pyramids. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest in Mesoamerica, stands at over 216 feet and was constructed using 3 million tons of stone without the aid of metal tools, wheels, or draft animals. The construction techniques used by the Teotihuacanos are still not fully understood. The pyramids were built with talatablero architecture, which consists of alternating sloping and vertical panels. This style not only provided a visually striking appearance but also contributed to the stability of the structures. The internal structure of the pyramids consisted of rubble over which refined adobe bricks and then a layer of lime plaster were added, a technique that has allowed these pyramids to withstand the seismic activity that is common in the region. Despite its size and evidence of strategic planning, there is no clear indication of a centralized monarchy. Instead, the city might have been a theocratic or collective state, as indicated by the lack of royal iconography typical of contemporaneous cultures, which is replaced by communal religious symbolism. The city's influence extended throughout Mesoamerica, evidenced by Teotihuacano artifacts found in regions as distant as the Maya lands and the Gulf Coast. Following its decline, Teotihuacan left a lasting legacy in the region, influencing subsequent Mesoamerican civilizations, including the Aztecs, who revered the city as the birthplace of the gods. Today, Teotihuacan is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting millions of visitors who come to marvel at its grand pyramids and the remnants of its once thriving culture. Despite extensive archaeological studies, many aspects of Teotihuacan remain mysterious, including the exact reasons for its decline and the ethnicity of its inhabitants, which might include Nawa, Otomi, Totonac, or a mix of several cultures. The original name of the city is also debated, with some scholars suggesting it was known as the City of the Sun, rather than the City of the Gods. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.